and welcome to EBADay 2019 in Stockholm. I'm Hannah Wallace, and kindly joining me now in the TV studio is Bentele from Accenture. Hello Martin, thank you very much
Hannah.
for joining us.
Thanks a lot.
Good to meet you. We're going to be talking about payment platform as a service. So to start off then, could you set the scene for our audience by explaining what that is and why it's so relevant today?
So payments platform as a service is a utility which does payments processing end-to-end, offered for banks to run their payments processing on this utility. It's one payments hub for all payments types. It's equipped with the latest technology. It's compliant with the latest standards and regulation by definition. And it's very cost efficient using economies of scale.
All right, so why should banks move their payments to a utility outside?
Well, payments processing is a very central part, and it must be reliable, it must be secure, but towards the end customer, it's not differentiating at all. The value chain of payments is massively attacked in the front part, where payments initiation happen, where new fintechs, new players, GAFAs are severely attacking the value proposition of a bank. So banks are risking to get downgraded to infrastructure providers. That's why we think that banks should put more focus on the new business models, on innovation about the front part, rather than spending capex and effort on the core processing, which is not a differentiator at all.
Some good advice there. Does payment processing as a platform cover only standard payment processing? What's the value proposition there?
Well, the value proposition is indeed to cover the standard part, because it must be standard part, otherwise it would not be a good utility. But on the other hand, there are value-adding services enabled by the payments platform as a service. Because it's a data-rich platform, it doesn't lose information like current legacy systems often do. And around these data, you can create a lot of value-adding services. Recently, we've done a survey for 700 corporate clients, companies, about open banking. We found out that the majority of corporates are very much interested in accessing open banking services via the banks, and they're even willing to pay money for it. But banks are often not able to provide these services because of their legacy systems. So payments platform as a service does not only do the standard processing, but it's also an enabler for value-adding services.
And is now the right time for banks to move forward and sort of seize payment platform
It's exactly
service?
the right time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even yesterday on the panel discussions, you saw that most representatives of banks are in favor of having such services provided at scale. It doesn't make sense that each bank does this processing in silos. So it's exactly the right time to overcome the cost pressure and to focus on business models in the new and to focus on innovation. But on top of that, there is a very compelling business case. If you consider the operational cost for payments processing, but also the change cost, there is a really clear case, and in particular here in Nordics, there is a lot of change caused by P27, where all the banks must react and do something. So taking these cost drivers together, there is an excellent business case, and it gets even more compelling if you add the revenues out of these value-adding services. So I think, yes, now is the right time.
Ending on a very positive note there. Martin, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Hannah.